Hey everybody, what is up? I'm Robert, and I know I haven't done one of these videos in a while, um, but my channel mostly does video game videos, but occasionally, every once in a while, I will do a food video because I'm hungry. And ignore this like cut on my nose. I've been having an issue with my nose getting really bad acne, and then me picking at it and it just getting worse and worse. I really need to stop picking at stuff, but I do put ointment on it to help clear it up. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. So, my channel is Robert's LPs. It's nice to meet you. Um, I sometimes will occasionally do like food review videos and stuff like that. So that's what this video is mostly going to be about. Because I got off work and I went to my favorite fast food place, Jack in the Box, and I saw that they have a new Philly cheesesteak combo available. Um, it looked like they had like a couple of different ones though, but I just asked for the large Philly cheesesteak combo and they gave it to me. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know which one I got, but because it looked like they had like a Philly cheesesteak burger, and then it looked like they actually have a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I guess I just got the sandwich, but we'll find out because I got it because I was hungry. It is a bit expensive though. It was, let me see how much the price tag was. $13.68 for the combo. $1.15 in sales tax brought it up to $14.83. So, yeah, that's a little bit expensive. Anyways, so we got some napkins. That's nice. It's always nice when they just, give you napkins. They asked me what sauce I wanted, and I said I was fine on sauce, but apparently they gave me some of their buttermilk ranch sauce anyways. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, of course, I have curly fries. I love that they do curly fries. I love that they do the the curly fries all hanging onto the box. But yeah, I love their curly fries. They're deliciously seasoned and they are very good. And whoops, some of them spilled out into the back. Man, what the fuck? They gave me so many of the sauces. Why did they give me so many of these buttermilk ranch sauces? Anyways, my dog is right behind me, freaking going. She's about to go crazy if I don't give her some of these fries here in a second. I let her outside when I got home to go to the bathroom, and she just sat at the door barking to be let back in because she knew that I had food. She knew I had curly fries. So, without further ado, we'll do the fry test. It's not really warm. Although, I didn't really have a very far drive from the fast food place to my house. It was only about like a 5-minute drive, so it wasn't that far away. But I think they didn't give me completely fresh fries because these are not warm at all, unfortunately. So I guess I have to take points away for that. But without further ado, Anna, come here. I know you're kind of sulking a little bit because I got mad at you for barking at the door instead of going potty, but here you go. Oh, you dropped it. Silly girl. How do you like it, Anna? How do you like it? Oh, she loves it. You just had to kiss me right on my mouth, girl. So cute. She's so nice. She's such a good old lady. She wouldn't harm a fly. She really is like a sweet old lady. Anyways, I got the large combo, so I got a large Dr. Pepper. Although the thing about these ones, they have a new kind of like straw, I guess. It's like really, it's a really sturdy straw. This is like a thick plastic kind of straw. Although it does have a weird like line going down it. I don't know if they did that intentionally just to try and make it look sort of like a heart, but it was a little bit difficult to get it into the I'm not sure what you would call it, the hole for where you put the straw at, but um yeah, so I got a large Dr. Pepper, and now to check out the actual sandwich, if I can get it out. Here you go, Anna. Here you go. I know. Curly fry had dropped out. Okay. So now, let us look at the sandwich. Let us look at this Philly cheesesteak sandwich and see how it looks. Well, it is a kind of decent size, I gotta say. Try and get up in the camera, get some of that action shots without spilling any. It does have a good amount of meat, and it does look like it's got some kind of a bell peppers and onions in it, and maybe some kind of sauce and cheese, of course. Can't have Philly cheesesteak without the cheese, though it doesn't have as much cheese as I would have hoped it would. But you know what? I can't wait any longer. I'm hungry, and I want to get done with this video. And I have a few more things I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna chill. And I also got to record another game tonight, so. I kind of did a double bite there, but I was right. It does have some kind of a sauce in it, though it's not a very strong sauce. I don't know. It's not really anything special. The meat isn't really super good, but it's not terrible. It's just meat. It's just, the shredded Philly. It's just the shredded steak meat that they always use for Philly cheesesteaks. And the vegetables aren't super, like, fresh. They are kind of like, a bit mushy. And it wasn't really super hot either. Even though they took a little while to bring it out to me, I was like, okay. And the guy who came out was like, oh, sorry, man, it takes a little bit longer for us to make it because, we had to make it fresh and everything. It's like, alright, that's cool. So it'll be extra good. It was not super great. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to give it a bit of a thumbs down. Oh man, Jack in the Box is a little bit disappointing this time around. Well, I guess if I had to give it a score out of 10, I would probably give it I would say a 4.5. It's not really anything super special. Sorry, Jack in the Box. You're like, normally I love Jack in the Box, and normally it's one of my favorites, but this time around, I don't think they did very great with the Philly cheesesteak. Sorry. Alright, so the other things I want to talk about is, first of all, the anime I've been watching recently has been, it's not really new. It's called Wisteria Wand and Sword. And so far, I actually like it. It's pretty good. The way I've seen it described as is it's described as like mashal, where the main character, excuse me, where the main character has no magic abilities, but he's in a world where everybody is mostly wizards and relies on magic and stuff like that. And it's mostly elemental magic where they use like fire, ice, wind, earth, lightning, etc. But there's no real like special magics or unique magics, so it's kind of lame in that regard. But the main character, of course, uses a sword as his weapon because he can't use magic. So he's become extremely skilled, and he's what they call a book learner, where he mostly just studies and reads books and learns. And so he's very, intelligent and knowledgeable. And so far, I'm almost done with season one. I literally am about to watch the final episode of season one, and there is a season two, and I believe season three will eventually come out. But so far, I actually like it. I think it's been really good. I think it's been a great series. Now I want to talk about some newer animes that are coming out that I've started watching. There is two that I've been watching. There is The Exiled Heavy Knight Knows How to Game the System, and this one is bomb, man. It is awesome. I actually really love it. It's not a new ideal or anything like that. The main character is, once again, somebody who, was in our world or whatever, and he was a huge gamer, and he died, and he gets reincarnated. Of course, the story starts off with him already having been reincarnated and grown up, and then he remembers, oh yeah, I did used to live in another world, and I did play this game, where it was like almost the same, but not quite the same as the world he gets reincarnated into, but it has the same system of like everybody gets like a job class or whatever. They go through like this what was it, some sort of like a baptism of sorts, and they are assigned a job class. And the thing is that back when he played the game, the Heavy Knight job class was an extremely good job class. But in the world that he's reincarnated into, and he's reincarnated and born into this like noble like family, and apparently in that universe, the Heavy Knight job class is considered a flawed job class. It's considered pretty much garbage. Whereas the Swords Master job class is considered to be, one of the best, because it's heavily offensive. But, as you would guess, he ends up as a Heavy Knight after his baptism, and his father basically disowns him. And is like, get out of my sight, you worthless little creep. And then his childhood friend, who I forget what her name was. She had like it was something like Malice or something like that. I forget. But anyways, she goes through the baptism immediately after him, and of course gets the Sword Master job class. So then his dad's like, I'm gonna adopt her immediately. And so he does, and then the main character goes off to start basically grinding up his job. Start grinding up his levels and getting powerful. And so far, the animation has been amazing. It's done by a studio called Go Hands, which is very interesting animation that feels like... Sorry, I'm still burping from the Philly cheesesteak. The animation just feels like it's like just constantly like the camera is just like zooming through like the scenery and everything like that, and it is very like motions, like it's not motion sickness inducing, but for some people it might. But it is very like everything is moving all the time, and the main character's hair is just like constantly like flowing and blowing, like as if somebody's put a fan on him. So it is kind of funny in that regard, but I like the way it looks. I think it looks really nice. And so far, the plot has been great, and you know, the action scenes have been nice. And I do like how it has been progressing with him, you know, putting all of his allotted skill points into this heavy armor skill tree route of his, which just is like boosting his defense by like a ton. And then he uses this technique that just makes it so that if an enemy attacks him, it just instantaneously is like if the enemy's attack is lower than his defense, it just instantly splats the enemy. And so he's just been using his knowledge of the game to his advantage to defeat both lower level and higher level enemies. And he's just been gaining levels like crazy. So far, only 2 episodes are out, as far as I know. And I really like how it's going. The other new anime I've been watching, though, is called The World's Strongest Rearguard, which, again, is another isekai where the main character dies, and then he gets reincarnated in another world, and then he gets a job class as a rearguard, which, in that world, apparently everybody who gets reincarnated gets automatically just chucked into the line to join some kind of a guild of sorts and get a job class and become an adventurer. Just like it seems very like railroaded for these people that get reincarnated. And apparently there's people living in that world who aren't reincarnations. They're just like natives to that world, and they know about what's going on and everything like that. And there's a dungeon that they go into, and the main character gets the rear guard job class, which is apparently an unheard of new job class for that world. And yeah, it's not like it's terrible, but I don't know. It just feels like there's only like 2 episodes out so far, but both episodes have felt very like lackluster. Like there's nothing that really jumps out at me as being awesome, as opposed to the previous anime I was talking about. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not exciting to me or interesting to me. Um, so yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on that. Now, the last thing I want to discuss before I end this episode off, and this might be a bit controversial. The new season 3 of the 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You just came out. I swear to God, whoever, and I'm probably going to put it up on screen, whoever created this anime, there is something wrong with you. Like, something actually fucking wrong with you. And the fact that it's getting an animation and it's being animated is even more so like, what the fuck? So the ideal of this anime is that the main character, when he was being created by the god of his world, God messed up. And instead of, because apparently what's supposed to happen is every single person born into the world, or created by God or whatever, is supposed to be given one soulmate. However, this god messed up on giving him a soulmate, and then went back and was going to give him a soulmate, but ended up accidentally giving him 100 soulmates. So there's 100 girls that could potentially fall in love with him, basically on sight. Like, from first, just love at first sight. And the main character could have just picked one of these girls to be with for his whole life and ignored all the rest of them. But he chooses, no, I'm actually going to be with all of them. Which, having 100 girlfriends, actually, I mean, it kind of sounds like a dream, but at the same time, it also sounds like a nightmare to me. But for most guys are like, oh man, it'd be awesome to have a bunch of girls always surrounding me, especially if they're like, prey girls. But this anime just pushes so many envelopes of what is acceptable, what is morally right. A lot of it just feels so wrong. But yet, I couldn't stop myself from watching it for the first 2 seasons. However, after 2 seasons, he's gotten about like 12 or 13 girlfriends, and some of them are just really, really raunchy and not, like, just feels not right. But this recent new season 3 that came out, the newest girlfriend that he's gotten, to me, feels so fucking morally wrong. I don't think I can keep watching it after that last episode. Because his newest girlfriend is his underage cousin. And it's just so fucking wrong. It feels and looks so degenerate and wrong. I don't know if I can keep watching it. I'm like, dude, I mean, even before this recent one, there were a lot of other messed up circumstances with a lot of his girlfriends, like one of them being the mother of one of his other girlfriends, and another one being, again, a girl who is supposed to be older than him, but looks like a child, and then, another one being a younger student than him, only by like 1 year, which I think that's okay, but she's a masochist. In other words, she's into being hurt, which, again, is pretty messed up. But this recent one of his, like, literally middle school age cousin just feels so fucked up and wrong. And it's just, there's so many things disturbing about it. It just feels like something that, when I'm watching it, it feels like something a groomer would be into, a pedo or a groomer would be into. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue watching it. I'll try, but it's really, really pushing the envelope of what is morally and potentially even legally acceptable. So, with that, I'm going to stop blabbering, and I'm going to eat my dinner and watch some Wisteria Wand and Sword and try and, wind down so that I can record some Plants vs. Zombies. I'm about to finish my instance-only challenge run of that game, and then I will just relax for the rest of the night. But, yeah. So if you enjoyed this video or you have any thoughts, let me know down in the comments below. Oh, also, I'm looking for a new editing program because CapCut, the program that I have been using to edit my videos, has just been absolutely fucking up lately. So I need to get a new one. So if anybody has any suggestions for good editing programs that won't mess up on me, let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys later. Bye!